Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing today? I hope I find you well this lovely Sunday morning. Oh, yeah, lovely for me. This is day 2 of the smoke here in Washington State. We've got horrendous smoke from all of the crazy fires out here in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Really bad outside. Looks almost as bad as yesterday. I would say it looks slightly better. There's actually more light. Like yesterday, it looked like it was like nighttime during the day. Today, there's actually like some light actually filtering through the smoke. I don't know if there's just more natural sun today, or if the smoke has started to slightly dissipate. I'm not sure, but it's still really bad out there. So if you live in the Pacific Northwest, do yourself a favor, stay indoors again today if you can. As if we haven't stayed indoors enough the last 6 to 7 months, through all of this freaking pandemic stuff, stay safe. Don't risk it. Don't go out if you don't have to. Supposedly, we are getting a weather system tomorrow. And what I mean by that is probably some precipitation, some wind, and that's supposed to take this smoke out of here and finally start to clear things up. And the good news is, it seems the summer is over here in Washington. I've looked at the weather for the next week. Even though there's a few days that are reaching almost 80 degrees, most of the time it's just in the 70s, and actually in about a week's time it'll be in the 60s, and that's usually an indication that we are heading into the fall season, the autumn season. That's good for multiple reasons. Number one, it means that I won't have to be pumping the air conditioner constantly here in the office, which is a very good thing. I'm hoping not to have to do that today. Today it's 76 degrees right now in the office, and the air conditioner is just on fan. And I'd love to leave it that way. I'd love to not have to turn it on if I can help it, but I don't know if it's going to get any hotter in here or not. That's money savings for me, and also, not having to have the Freon pump constantly is a good thing. But also, in the fall, when it gets cooler, I get to open up my office window and have nice chill nights here of gaming. I really enjoy that in the fall, having to open up my office window, getting the fan going in the window, and just having nice cool air blowing in here while I play games with you guys. It's a lot more relaxing experience than feeling all cooped up in an office that's plugged up and air conditioning pumping. So, also, by the way, big positive there, Jasper will be able to join all the night streams once we get into a situation here where it's cooler air, and I can leave my office open at night. Jasper will be able to come in and hang out with us, nightly, which is a good thing, right? So, good stuff. Good stuff all around. The fall is also one of my favorite seasons of the year, not only because there's so many games that come out, but you're heading into the home stretch of the year. You got all holidays coming up and everything. I like it. I like the fall, so I'm excited for this. Okay, so what's going on, folks? Today's Sunday, the 13th of September, and today we are going to be doing some fun stuff on stream. Let's talk about that a little bit before we head into other topics. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on, man. So, today, the potential conclusion to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is wild because a lot of people speculated that I would never be able to finish this game, due to its difficulty level, and the fact that I've never really played skating games before. When I played skating games, 10 years ago, what was it, Skate 2 or Skate 3, whichever one it was, I did terribly at it. I raged constantly, unable to figure it out. And then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, which I played 5 years ago, that game was a piece of donkey shit. So, a lot of people speculated again that, when I played this, it would be not such a good experience. And admittedly, when I first started playing this, my very first session about a week ago, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I was flubbing it and making mistakes, but I've progressively learned over the week, and I want to say it's really thanks to you guys. You guys have been here for the streams, and you coached me, basically. You said, no, Phil, here's how you do this, here's how you do that. You need to, not only do you need to ollie, but you also need to do multiple tricks in the air. Then when you land, you need to revert into a manual, into another ollie, into a jump. I was like, wow, holy shit, this game's complicated. In reality, it is very complicated with the amount of stuff you need to do to maintain combos and get high scores. And it's you guys who've helped me through this because I didn't understand any of it, So thank you for that very much, for all of your help over the last week that I've been playing Tony Hawk. So we're in the middle of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. I believe we're on the 4th stage, which is the beach, Venice Beach. And I think there's only 1 or 2 goals left to do. I think we need to do, what are they called? Transitions or whatever. It's where you go from one ramp to another. I think we need to do 3 of those to get a point. I think there's like maybe one more thing on the beach. And then we're done with the beach. We head into the 5th stage. I think the game has 9 to 10 stages. So we may beat it today. It's very likely that we will complete Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 today, and then we've seen everything. That's the game, you know? And that's shocking to me. I thought this might be a game that ends up taking a long time, and in reality, I think I've gotten through it relatively quickly. I don't even think I've played it like 12 hours yet. Thinking about it, I don't think so. So we shall see what happens during today's session, okay? If I don't beat it, I don't beat it. That's okay. We can always do another night session or something, you know, later this week. In fact, I've set it up purposely that I have a couple sessions open later this week if I need extra time, okay? So that's today's stream. Tonight, the late stream is the continuation of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Good Lord. Good fucking Lord. Right? So, I don't know how that's going to go. I hope you guys will join me for it. First of all, let me say this. I like Fire Emblem Three Houses. Alright, I do. I really enjoy the game. I like the plot, the character development, and the combat that's evolved over the course of the game. The game is ridiculously long. Like, at this point, let's actually take a look here. I actually want to see how long is my Fire Emblem Three Houses playthrough. Let's find out. You ready? This is going to be interesting. 51 parts. Okay? Now, those parts at the shortest are an hour long. At the longest are probably about 90 minutes long. So, it's probably about a 60-hour playthrough so far. And I'm not done. Okay? This is a playthrough I started way earlier in the year. I want to say like April or May. I started playing this game. So admittedly, this is a playthrough that's really taken so long. And see, here's the thing. Last year, you guys were telling me to play this game during the summer when it came out. And I said, no, I'm going to resist. I'm not going to play it, right? You guys begged me all year to play it. And I said, nah, I'm going to resist. I'm not going to play it. And then finally, for a viewer's choice event earlier this year, you guys nominated, voted for it. And I said, okay, I guess I'll play it because you guys want to see it so bad. I knew this was going to happen. I knew the playthrough was going to be exorbitantly long. And I knew it was going to be a game that was going to take forever to beat. And it would be lingering. And it would be interjecting itself into other things. And that's exactly what's happened. I knew that, you know, a game that's so ridiculously long, right? This is the problem with it. Is I'm not going to sit here and play it 12 hours a week so I could beat it in 2 months, you know? So, tonight, 2 more hours of Fire Emblem Three Houses. What I was told last time that I played this game was that if I play it for about another 10 to 15 hours, I'll beat it, okay? We'll see about that. But what I'm going to try to do is make an honest effort moving forward to play the game once a week at night. If I can play 2 hours a week, then maybe within the next couple of months, we can beat it, finally, and say, okay, it's done. And then the next JRPG that will be on deck here is, what the hell is it called? I can't remember the name of it. What's the one that I have to do something 2? I think it starts with a D. Divinity Original Sin 2. That's what it's called. That was another viewer's choice you guys asked for. And that one apparently also is like a 60 to 80 hour game. So, I was just being honest. There's no way I'm doing that right away. Alright? There's no way I'm doing another long, lengthy JRPG like that right out of the gates. In fact, coming up in November, it is Yakuza. Yakuza 7, I think I want to say it's called. And that is now a long RPG because they've turned it into a turn-based RPG. So likely what we'll be doing is we will be completing Fire Emblem within the next 2 months if I play it once a week, okay? Then Yakuza will be the next RPG as a new release. And then Divinity Original Sin will probably begin near the end of the year or early next year. And it'll just be an ongoing playthrough that I'll be doing. You know, we'll see what happens here. Now, already there have been calls that I don't have people I don't allow people to nominate and vote on these lengthy JRPGs anymore. I kind of have to agree. Here's the thing: I'm a variety streamer. It would be one thing if I was a kind of streamer where when I play a game, I focus in on it and I play the shit out of it for like 2-3 weeks until I beat it. That's not me. That used to be me on YouTube. Whenever there's a new release, I would play the hell out of it and beat it, sometimes within a few days, right? But that's not who I am anymore. I'm a variety streamer. You guys know, mostly I play games only about 2-3 times a week tops, even if it's a new release. So it just doesn't fit my gameplay or streaming style to be playing a RPG that's 60 to 80 hours long. You know what I mean? Especially an RPG that's old. It's one thing if it was a new release and everyone wanted to see it at launch. You're talking RPGs that are 2-3 years old here that people are asking for, and look how long it takes to finish. And admittedly, then no one's happy, because I think what it is people ask for these games in the hopes that I'm going to play them a ton, which I'm not going to. And then it takes me so long to beat them, and then people are disappointed. Oh, I wanted to see it finished sooner. I lost interest in the gameplay. Well, that's the nature of the beast. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, but I basically think that these RPGs is ridiculous, you know? And so we've already got Divinity Original Sin 2 lined up, and I will play it, but let's, at this point now, take a step back and realize that this is kind of ridiculous, you know? We're going to have to finish up Fire Emblem in time for Yakuza. Then we've got Yakuza. So once Yakuza is done, then we'll look into doing Divinity, and from now on, I don't think we're going to be doing these lengthy RPGs for 4 to 5 month playthroughs. This is ridiculous, you know? So anyway, tonight, 2 hours of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now here's the thing. If you like this playthrough, if you nominated it, please attend the stream. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm nervous about tonight, and here's why. You guys, obviously, are not a mainstream audience that loves JRPGs. I know that. I know for a fact that most of my audience doesn't like them. Whenever I play a JRPG, I get a smaller group of people who attend the streams, which is fine. But, you know, the Vest streak is over, okay? And really, I was playing Fire Emblem during the Vest streak. So, there were people who were coming to the streams simply because of the Vest streak, all right? And I know that. There were people who would come and complain about the game constantly, but they were there to see if the Vest streak would be hit or to contribute to the Vest streak or whatever. All right, the Vest streak's over. So does that mean that tonight when I play Fire Emblem, no one's going to show up? That's what I'm nervous about. You know, obviously I'm streaming for an audience. I don't want to stream for an audience of 4 people. Even though if those 4 people are engaged, I guess it doesn't really matter. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that people will we're in the home stretch of this game now. I hope people are actually going to show up and hang out with me and enjoy the playthrough. Rather than say, well, the Vest streak's over, so there's no, I didn't like Fire Emblem, there's no reason for me to come to this stream. Okay? Understand, even if you don't like the game, that my streams are still chill fun. We still interact, we have a good time together, we have fun conversation. It's not always just about the game, okay? So even if this is not your cup of tea, I hope maybe tonight, if you have some time, you'll still come hang out with me on the Fire Emblem stream. I don't want the next, 2 months of weekly Fire Emblem streams being me just basically going through the motions trying to finish it. I'd rather have people hang out with me and have a good time, okay? So hopefully you'll show up tonight and attend and support the stream. That would be nice. Considering we're in the home stretch and we're getting near the end, I would love to beat this game sooner rather than later, obviously. Okay? So there you go. Alright, so maybe the conclusion of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 here on the first stream, and then Fire Emblem continuing on the ninth stream. Alright? Tomorrow, it is the conclusion of Avengers. And when I say that, I mean that basically we're already at the end of the game, but it seems that what happens is near the end of the game requires you to do some grindy style side content. The game actually requires you to go and earn items from fighting generic enemies. And you need to have a certain amount of these items in order to basically unlock the final story-based stage of the game. Now, why did they do that? I mean, you could always speculate various reasons. My feeling is that the story of the game is quite short, which it seems like it is. And they wanted to artificially extend the length of their game. And what this kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings. What was it? Was it oh god, what was the Lord of the Rings game from a few years ago? I can't remember the name of it now. The open world Lord of the Rings game where you had to recruit orcs and you had an orc army and all of that. Why the hell can't I remember the name of it now? Shadow of Mordor was it Shadow of... No, Shadow of War. The first one was Shadow of Mordor. The second one was Shadow of War. That's right. So, in Lord of the Rings Shadow of War, you get through the game to actually what seems to be the narrative end of the game. But then in order to complete the game, they make you go out and do a 10 to 15 hours of grinding gameplay, taking over bases you've already taken over. You have to do that again. And recruiting more orcs that you've already recruited because you lose all of the people under you. It's basically like doing the whole game over again, basically. And they did this to pad the game. And they did it on purpose because they wanted you to spend money on microtransactions to advance through that part of the game quickly, instead of sitting there and playing for 10 to 15 more repetitive hours, okay? It seems like that's what they've done with the end of Avengers. It's like, well, the game should be over. You should be just heading into the final mission. But now you have to go and do grinding side missions to grab these random collectible items in order to unlock the final stage of the game. So, tomorrow, that's what we're going to be doing. Now, the good news here is, we just unlocked 2 new characters. We unlocked Captain America and Thor, neither of which we've played significantly in the game at all. So, even though we have to do grindy side content, we get to play with 2 new characters and see what their abilities and capabilities are, which is good, and we get to level them up for the finale. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. It's going to be some side missions with the new characters to get the items we need, and then the finale of the game. After that, there's not much to the game. Basically, the game has a series of open... what would you call them? Instances? Raids? Basically, they're stages that are insignificant. They have nothing to do with the story. They're there solely for the fact that if you play them, you can get extra experience and extra gear for your characters. And it seems that they're there for the co-op aspect of the game. You have a few friends who own it. You know, you team up online as your favorite superhero. You do these co-op dungeon-style grindy stages. That's why they've been saying that this game is going to be a game as a service. It's going to be a game that's ongoing with new stages like that and new characters and the like. But the story is going to pretty much be over already. So, we'll see how this goes tomorrow with the finale of Avengers, alright? But that should be the conclusion of my playthrough tomorrow if everything goes according to plan. Tomorrow night, the late stream will be the return of Batman Return to Arkham. Every time I play this game, I have a lot of fun. And last time around when we played, we found Mr. Freeze's wife, and we cleared out the entire steel mill, which we had already been to once, but we were there a second time. And we're trying to get the cure from Joker, right? And didn't necessarily go according to plan, but now we've got a new story that's unlocked, right? We got Talia al Ghul recruited Joker, supposedly. Which is weird, because it's pretty obvious that's not going to happen. She's not going to actually really recruit him to the League of Shadows or anything. But it's just part of the plot. And we're going to be playing a segment as Catwoman to start, and then seeing where the story takes us, okay? So, tomorrow night, more Batman. Should be fun, okay? I'm off from streaming on Tuesday, but I'll return on Wednesday, and Wednesday is going to be a very special day because it is the special Sony press conference event, which I'm excited for. Finally, Sony will be showing their hand. We already know what consoles they're offering. We don't know the pricing. We don't know the date. We don't know how to pre-order. We don't know the ins and outs of it. And also, they're supposed to be showing off more games, which will be exciting. So, Wednesday at 1 p.m., the special Sony press conference, okay? What we're going to be doing is streaming beforehand. I'm going to be kind of hanging out with you guys, speculating about what we're about to see on that press conference. You know, just chilling, having a good time until it happens. When it happens, we'll watch it together here live. I'll host it on my channel. And then immediately following the end of that conference, I'll be doing a recap and reaction stream to everything that we saw during it. It's supposed to be about 40 minutes long, roughly. So finally, hopefully, pre-orders will either be open or they'll announce the date when they will be going open, okay, for the PS5. And then, if we have extra time, which likely we will, I'll probably swap over and we'll play a little bit of Fall Guys to end the stream, okay? So certainly an interesting Wednesday stream. Wednesday night is completely open, alright? Wednesday night could be one of 3 different things. First of all, if we didn't either finish Avengers or Tony Hawk, for whatever reason, let's say we get stuck on something, we didn't beat it, Wednesday night is being left open purposely to be, that's the night to finish up the ongoing projects I didn't finish, okay? So, we'll see what happens today with Tony Hawk, tomorrow with Avengers. If either of them don't complete, Wednesday night will be the night when I try to finish up whatever game I didn't beat, okay? If I've beaten both of them, then we'll probably do more Batman. We'll probably do another couple hours of Batman on Wednesday night, all right? Then on Thursday's major stream will be Batman, okay? So, we're going to have some good Batman progress this week. Monday night, possibly Wednesday night, and then another major stream on Thursday. Now, I don't necessarily remember how long Batman is, Batman Arkham City. We may be approaching the end of the game, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. I do know there's a lot of side content. Like, we didn't do the Zas mission. We didn't do the Deadshot mission. We didn't do the Azazel mission. No, not Azazel. Azrael mission. So there is side content to do. So there's no rush. I don't have to finish it right away. I guess we'll see how it goes here. But, you know, maybe we'll be approaching the end of the story by Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. Then Thursday night, it's going to be my weekly throwback Street Fighter session. It's going to be Thursday instead of Friday. Why is it on Thursday? Because on Friday, it's a brand new release day. Dual new release day. With the releases of WWE 2K Battlegrounds and the Crysis remaster / remake. I'm not sure which it is. So, yeah, I'll be playing those new games for at least 2 days. Saturday and Sunday. Excuse me, Friday and Saturday. So because of that, Street Fighter will be Thursday night, okay? And then Sunday and Monday, likely I'll still be playing those games, each of those games on the major stream, the early stream, and the night streams will be things like maybe Fall Guys and some Batman, or maybe Fire Emblem, because I do want to play Fire Emblem once a week, okay? So, a really interesting week. We start off strong with the Sony announcement, and then we've got finishing up playthroughs, continuing with stuff like Fall Guys, Batman, 2 new releases, good stuff. Good variety of stuff coming up, okay? So, the madness continues. The hardcore gaming season, right? Every week we're going to have these multiple new releases now, moving forward, which is excellent. You know, it gives us some variety to the stream, something interesting to do. I like this. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content as well. Okay? Good stuff, good stuff. A few reminders. First of all, please continue to nominate your games that you feel will be rage-inducing for the upcoming Rage-a-thon marathon that's going to happen at the end of this month. So, later this week, likely Thursday-ish, whenever I get a night when my wife is not home, and I get a little bit of extra time at night to do stuff for work, I'm going to take a look at the games that you have nominated for the Rage-a-thon. And I'm going to tally them up, and I'm going to figure out, you know, which games you guys wanted the most, and see what's viable and what's not. And I'm going to start selecting games for the Rage-a-thon, all right? And actually, excuse me, actually take a look at the calendar and schedule the Rage-a-thon, okay? So please, by all means, if you have not yet, please nominate games for the Rage-a-thon. Type !marathon into the stream chat, or every 15 or 20 minutes, the link should pop up by itself automatically. Please nominate games. The more nominations, the better for that event, okay? Also, ladies and gentlemen, I have to say thank you. Of course, I have to give a huge shout out to Only Iced Coffee for this. But to everyone who subscribed to the channel or gifted a subscription this month, it is only the 13th of the month. We have hit the Tier 1, Tier 2, and the Tier 3 subscriber goals for the month. Yeah, crazy. We've hit them all. All of them. So that's awesome. And what that means is several things. First of all, it means there will be a Halloween event on Halloween Day, a marathon event, where you guys will be nominating games for me to play during this marathon. Number 2, it means I'll be dressing up for the event in a Halloween costume, and you guys are going to get to vote on the category of costume that I'll be wearing during the event. Okay? Previous years have seen costumes such as Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2, Yoshi from Mario fame, Bob Ross, a Ghostbuster, Deadpool. These are all costumes that I've worn in previous years, okay? Now, last night we hit the tier 3 subs goal. Amazing. That means that during that Halloween event, I'll be doing a special episode of DSP Tries It, okay? What will it be? I have no idea. I mean, we're a month and a half out from this thing. So who even knows, you know, what kind of food items and things will be available in the next month and a half, you know? No idea. Some people have suggested I try the Travis Scott McDonald's meal, considering that it's just a quarter pounder with cheese, but also with lettuce and bacon and barbecue sauce. It doesn't sound to me like it's too special. So maybe we'll try to think of something better in the next month and a half that I could do for that special DSP Tries It. Okay? We'll see. But please, give me your suggestions. All right? Give me your suggestions, and we'll see what happens. All right? So, when is all those Halloween festivities going to start happening? Well, not yet. I mean, we're still working on the Rage-a-thon. So let me get to the end of this week. Like I said, let me tally up the nominations for the Rage-a-thon. Let's get that thing scheduled. Okay, and once that's scheduled and locked in, then likely I'll post up the thread by which you can start nominating games for this event. And then I'm also going to post up the thread where you can vote on the category of Halloween costume. All right, because I need some time to start heading out to Halloween stores. In fact, there is one already here. There's a Spirit of Halloween here already in our local mall. And what I need to do is start going around and seeing, you know, what's available in these stores for Halloween costumes and compare that with what you guys are voting for and see what I can come up with. Okay? So, good stuff. Okay? Very good stuff. Thank you guys for the support. I really do appreciate it. Really awesome supportive month so far. Speaking of which, today is Sunday. Today is the final day of the streaming week per Twitch's guidelines. Twitch judges that Monday is the first day of a new week. So what that means is that people who have gifted subscriptions this week and also people who cheered this week, who are on my leaderboards, okay, those leaderboards are going to reset overnight to 0. So if you would like to be featured on that leaderboard for the week, you have to contribute today, because as of tomorrow, it resets to 0 and starts a new week. Okay, so just letting you guys know, that's how the leaderboard system works here on Twitch. All right. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to talk about in regards to my streams. However, I have a topic I'd like to talk about. Okay, in regards to the upcoming console releases, and this topic was actually brought to light by Super Blind Man, my longtime viewer, fellow streamer, and I would call him a friend. He brought up something interesting on Twitter this morning. He said, you know, I'm thinking about the new consoles, and what I'm realizing is that we may have some issues with capturing from the PS5 and the Xbox new console, Series S, Series X. All right. Why? Well, here's why. Unlike this generation of consoles, which does audio via HDMI and also an optical audio port, right? Both PS5 and Xbox One have an optical audio port that you plug your headphones into, and that's how you get surround sound from this generation of consoles, okay? Well, guess what? They've done away with the optical port in the next generation. Neither the PS5 nor the Xbox are going to have an optical port, okay? And so, people wondering, gee, how are we going to get 3D audio? Well, both consoles are going to have built-in 3D audio capabilities via, you know, software. So the premise here is that you should be able to take, theoretically, you should be able to take any set of headphones, plug it into the controller of either the PS5 or the Xbox Series S, Series X, and get surround sound through any set of headphones. Okay? That's theoretic. Now, we don't know how good the 3D audio technology is going to be in these consoles. In addition to that, one thing that I've been skeptical of is if it will even work with most games. And the reason I say that is because the 3D audio support is going to actually be dependent on the game developers to put that support into their games. They have to program that in to their games, which I'm sure is going to be extra time. Because here's the thing. Previously, they didn't give a shit. They didn't. And they relied on third parties to create the surround sound for their games. Let me give you an example here. I use Astro A40 headphones right now for my setup. The way the headphones work is they plug into any console via USB, but it's not the headphones that are plugging in. It's a actual separate device with its own stuff inside. It's probably got an audio decoder card or whatever. And that card creates Dolby's digital surround sound in the headphones. If you just plug these headphones into a console, you just get stereo sound. But by using this third-party decoder device, okay, that's how you get the surround sound in the headphones. It's actually called the Mix Amp, the Astro Mix Amp, okay? Theoretically, with these new consoles, you don't need the Mix Amp anymore. You just plug any headphones into your controller, you get surround sound. That's all great, but then the game developer has to make that work. You see what I mean? Right now, the game developers are like, oh, everyone already has a third-party piece of hardware to decode the surround sound, so they don't really worry about it that much. Well, now, it's a whole new ball game. And how many game developers are going to put significant extra time and development cost into coding this 3D audio technology into their games? I don't know, right? I really don't know. You may end up games that just have straight-up stereo sound. Tough shit. They don't care. Okay? But in addition to this concern, which is a concern for a gamer like me who relies on surround sound in certain situations, the bigger concern here is for those of us who capture and stream. Okay? Anyone who captures and streams. And here's why. If you use a capture device outside of your console, so I mean, not if you're one of these people who uses the PS4 app or the Xbox streaming app and you just stream straight through your console. That's all well and dandy. That's, I don't think, going to really affect anything. But if you're someone like me or the thousands upon thousands of people who use an outside capture device to rip the audio and video out of your console to stream it, there's a big concern about the audio actually working, and here's why. Okay? Here's why. Are you ready? Because this is what Super Blind Man thought of, and I didn't even think about this until I read his tweet. So here's the thing. When you plug a controller into, when you plug a headset into your controller for one of these consoles, what happens is the console auto-detects your headphones, and typically, the console will do one of two things. Either the console will say, okay, well, you're listening to your headphones, so now we need two different audio sources. One audio source has to go out of HDMI port, the video audio port on your console, to your TV or your capture device or wherever it may be going. But also, now we need to enable audio through the headphones. So basically, the console will do dual audio, two different audio sources out. This is exactly what happens today if you plug in your headphones into the optical out audio jack. The console will auto-detect that and say, okay, two audio sources. Now, you actually have the ability to tell your console which audio source you want surround sound in and which one you want stereo sound in. I can tell you this was a big thing at the launch of PS4. You had to manually tell the PS4, okay, only do stereo sound out of the HDMI port and do surround sound through the optical audio. The reason you had to do that, if you told it to do surround sound via HDMI and you tried to stream, it would be this big, blaring, high-pitched sound that would deafen everyone on the stream. This happened a few times early on when I was doing PS4 stuff, and everyone was like, oh my god, my ears! I was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry guys, let me fix that. Okay? Now, that's what happens sometimes. I have to emphasize that. Because another thing that can happen is if you plug a headset into your controller, the console just assumes that all you need is audio out of your controller, and it turns off the audio from the HDMI. Alright? Which is dumb. Why is it making that assumption? I have no idea, but it does. So supposedly, right now, the Xbox One still has the capability that even if you plug headphones into your controller, you can still do audio out via HDMI. So you could still use a third-party capture device to capture your video and audio and stream on Twitch. Alright? Or put a video on YouTube or whatever you want to use that for. But, supposedly, the PlayStation 4 does not. So if you plug a headset into your PS4 controller right now, apparently the PS4 just assumes you only want to hear audio through the controller, and it disables all other audio on the console. Okay? Now, I don't know if there's a way to go in and manually re-enable the audio via HDMI if you have a headset plugged in, but this is a big concern. What happens, alright, if the PlayStation 5 releases, okay? No one can use optical audio anymore because it doesn't have an optical audio port. So all of our headsets now basically don't work anymore. I can't use my mix amp with my Astro Wave 40s anymore. It doesn't work, okay? So I got to plug my headphones into the controller. I go to do that, and just by default, the console mutes everything else. That means, how am I going to stream for you guys? You guys are never going to hear any audio. You see what I'm saying? This could be a big, big concern. And I don't know if that's actually going to fix it or not. Is there a way to fix it? Will there be a way to enable dual audio out on the PS5 if you have a headset plugged into the controller? In addition, the PlayStation 5 is coming out with a wireless headset that kind of looks just like the console. They're doing it on purpose. They want to basically say, oh, buy the whole set. Buy the controller, buy the console, buy the headset, buy everything, right? If you enable the audio out for the wireless headset, will it do the same thing? Will it mute the audio out from the HDMI? Okay? Now, you may say, oh, Microsoft and Sony are smarter than that. They're gonna fix this issue. This isn't a big deal. You may say that, but then, number one, why is it on PS4 right now? You can't do it. On PS4, you can't plug your headset into your controller and then get audio out via HDMI. So, if you think they're so smart, then why doesn't it work now? The other thing is, this is a new console launch, and typically with new console launches, all of the features usually don't work at launch. I'm going to give you a really interesting example of this, okay? Xbox One. When Xbox One launched, I feel the console wasn't even finished. And I mean that. They really wanted to sell that console to compete with PS4, and they rushed it out unfinished. That console, number one, didn't even have surround sound at launch. It had an optical out port for surround sound headphones. That optical out port did not work with Dolby surround sound for about 5 months after launch. What happened was they rushed it out with software that was really catered to only work with the Kinect. They rushed it out because they thought everyone was going to fall in love with the Kinect. Remember, you had to buy the one with the Kinect bundled with it at launch. It artificially increased the price of the Xbox One by about $150 because they included this Kinect by default. Okay? So, it was hilarious. The dashboard was all all motion-based, audio-based, Kinect-based, and no one used it. Everyone hated the Kinect. So, most people disabled the fucking thing or didn't even bother hooking it up. And within 4 to 5 months, Microsoft realized what a humongous error they had made by gambling that the Kinect was going to become this giant thing, and they basically patched the console to change the entire dashboard, okay, to make it that now you could navigate it with the controller instead of the Kinect, and then also they patched in Dolby surround sound to the optical out audio port. That was 5 months after launch, okay? I can't emphasize this enough. This was a console that wasn't even fully functional when they sold it at launch. So what's to stop this console generation from having these consoles have fully fledged features at launch? I'm honestly a little nervous about this. That we might get these consoles on launch day. I unboxed them, right? I hooked them up for you guys. And then I try to actually get them working. And we can't get audio out of the damn thing unless I can't hear anything because I can't turn on headphones. Now, let's hope for the best. Okay? Let's hope for the best. And let's hope that this is not an issue and that they're smart enough. Okay? Let's hope it, hopefully, okay? Alright, this is hilarious. Listen to this. Shinra Recruit Cheers said there's a solution to your headset problem. They make splitter cables that plug a port into your headset and it splits the audio. One will go into your controller and the other goes into your capture card. Like, do you understand how stupid that is? I'm just saying, like, do you understand how dumb that is that you have to split the audio on your controller so that you have... So now think about this. I'm playing PS4. I have giant dangling wires hanging out of my controller, one of which running to my PC, and one of which is running over to my headphones. In addition, my capture device doesn't do headphone audio. My capture device only does HDMI. So that's no solution for me, at all. It's not viable. It's not a workaround. It's basically a Band-Aid to a problem that shouldn't be a problem. That's the point I'm making here. These console developers, they don't really think about this stuff. Instead, they rush the consoles out, half-featured, and then they patch in all the stuff later, you know. So I'm concerned with with PS5, that I'm going to get it on launch and we're going to have audio issues day one. We're not going to be able to figure out how do you guys hear audio. Now, the only workaround I can think of, okay, would be don't plug my headphones into the controller, but kind of do what I do now for the Switch. For the Nintendo Switch has no audio out at all. Okay, no optical audio out, no stereo audio. All it has is HDMI. So what I do for that, you know, it goes from HDMI to my TV. My TV has audio out, and so I plug my headphones directly into my television. That's how I get audio for the Switch. However, I cannot get surround sound audio for the Switch at all. Okay, so imagine now the new console generation, paying $500+ for a new console, and I can't even use surround sound anymore. Paying more money for something that's supposed to be better, and it has downgrades, right? Just think about how stupid that is. So that's what I mean. Like, I hope that these console developers, Sony and Microsoft, have thought about these things, thought them through, and have solutions, because content creators are going to have problems on launch day trying to figure this shit out. If, you know, and again, I have a workaround, that's great, but then it means no surround sound for me. Why did I buy a new console to have a downgrade in quality? I hope not, you know. I certainly hope it's not that big of a deal. Okay, but I guess we'll see. Yes, PS5, 4K visuals, 120 frames per second, no audio. Silent gaming. Sounds good. So anyway, the reason that this was an issue for Super Blind Man, of course, is because he's blind. He relies on audio to play video games. Audio is pretty much the major focus for him, you know. With The Last of Us Part 2, the game had a built-in accessibility feature that was a sonar system that basically played 3D audio for him to let him know where there were objects in the game. He was able to play the entirety of the game from start to finish. So probably like the first major AAA game he's ever been able to play start to finish, because of the amazing accessibility features with the 3D audio built into it. Now, what if he can't get that on PS5, right? It's not good. It's not good. Not a good thing. So I guess we'll see what happens. Let's hope they're smart enough to understand that these could be issues and that they found solutions for them. Okay? But I don't know. I don't know if they are. You know, I would say, oh sure, but then why does PS4 have the issue right now? Why did Xbox One not have surround sound for 5 months after launch? See, these things make me very worried and skeptical that maybe they're not thinking ahead and they don't really know what they're doing. So, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm excited for this Wednesday for them to announce this stuff and go from there. All right? All right. Let us now get the shout-outs, everybody. Thank you to everyone who's been contributing so far on the pre-stream here. So, just a reminder, everything changed this week. When the Vest streak ended, I rearranged my office, new setup, new chair, you know, new attitude here on the streams. And the tips tiered rewards system has changed. All right, if we raise $50 in tips on today's stream, I will put on the Gunner glasses as a tier 1 reward. If we hit $100 in tips, which is considered the tips goal for the stream, you guys will be able to pick a vest for me to wear. And I've decided today we're just going to make all the vests eligible. Except for, well, Platinum would be out, because Platinum we did last night. Alright, we did Platinum last night on Fall Guys. So it would be the beige, the blue, the red, the gray, and the camo vest will all be eligible for this stream if we hit the $100 tips goal. Okay? If we double the tips goal, which is incredibly unlikely, and I don't think it'll happen, I keep saying this, I really don't feel we're going to see many double tips goals anytime soon. But if we just so happen to double the tips goal today, I will spin in place in my chair, get dizzy, and then try to play Tony Hawk Dizzy. A lot of people say this is a dumb goal. I agree with you. I haven't thought of anything good for the tier 3 tips goal yet. I'm still thinking. And I haven't really thought of anything good yet. So this is just kind of the a silly thing to do in the interim. And quite frankly, as I've told you guys, I really don't feel we're going to be doubling the tip skull anytime soon at all. So it's not really that big of a concern. But I guess we'll see. If I get lucky enough, and again, thank you to anyone who's considering contributing to my streams. Know that contributions are not mandatory on my streams. I'm grateful for every contribution that comes in. And if you tip towards the stream, that's going to help me with affording these new consoles and all this crazy amount of new games coming out in the next several months. So thank you in advance for any kind of contributions on today's stream. Okay? Alright. Alright, guys. It's time for shoutouts. We start off today with a 100-bit cheer from Retro Jim. He says, I've canceled my subscription to Netflix today. This cuties thing is too disgusting to support in my view. Yeah, you know, it's very unfortunate what's going on with this. I don't know what the hell Netflix is thinking. I really don't. And I was someone who I believed what I was told about the movie until the movie actually released. And then we found out it actually wasn't true. I'm not going to go into major detail about this. But this cuties controversy is in regards to a movie on Netflix, a French-made film that stars a troupe of 11-year-old girls who twerk and do sexualized dancing. All right. Now, we were told in a plot synopsis before the film came out. The film came out this week, by the way. But before the film came out, the plot synopsis was supposedly that the film condemns this kind of activity. That the film condemns it. That it says, no, there should not be sexualization of children. This is a bad thing. One of the girls is a Muslim and lives in a Muslim household, and her parents are very anti, this kind of dance. And so, if that's the case, you might say, okay, it's a coming-of-age film where girls are forced with these decisions of, gee, do we want to become popular and win as a dance troupe, or do we resist the temptation of doing this risque sexualized stuff when we're so young? We shouldn't be doing this. This is gross, right? That's what we were told the movie was. Well, the movie came out, and apparently the movie is disgusting. All right, I haven't seen it. I'm certainly not going to see it. I don't have Netflix anyway. But apparently the movie has scenes that it's like insanely over-the-top grossness. Apparently there's nudity in the fucking movie of these girls. What the fuck? What the fuck? They're young girls and there's nudity? Like that, what the fuck are they thinking? And the worst part is that these fucking artsy-fartsy idiots are defending the film. It's like, okay, now, there's a difference between condemning something, but then showing it enough that it becomes promotion of it. Like, I understand if the major message of the film is that exploitation of children is wrong, that's great. But then you don't have to actually exploit the children in the film 25 times. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying here? So, since the movie came out and it's been basically exposed that it's really just pedophilia in this movie, tons of people have come out against the movie. Celebrities, politicians. In fact, one of our senators here in the United States has called for a legal inquiry into the movie of how it was allowed to be made and how it's not violating laws against pedophilia. Which I agree, if there's actual nudity of these children in the movie, it's pedophilia, and it needs to be shut down. So, it's pretty crazy. Now, we don't know what's going to happen, but apparently the last few days, Netflix has done absolutely nothing. They've just ignored everyone's cries for doing something about this movie, and apparently Netflix's stock has plummeted. For what I don't understand, their stock is in the toilet right now. So, how are they going to allow that to happen? That's the bottom line, is that they're a company meant to make profit, and if they're losing market share because of a stupid movie, how can they ignore it and not take action? I have to feel that probably the bigwigs at Netflix are currently in a series of meetings trying to figure out how the fuck they're going to save face on this one. But every moment they leave that movie up there, is just doing more damage. Now, here's the weird thing. Okay? This is the weird thing. This movie apparently won awards at the Sundance Film Festival, and there's tons of movie critics out there who rated it highly. How? how did you even watch the fucking movie? Like, I'm sorry. If I'm watching a movie and it's got nudity of children, I'd be like, I'm out of here, dude. I can't watch this anymore. That's fucking exploitation. That's child exploitation. That's harmful. That shouldn't exist. So how the fuck was that? How did they even watch? The moment it got to this nudity of the kids, turn the fucking movie off and be like, 0. This shouldn't even be allowed. This is disgusting content. But they reviewed it highly. I'm like, what the fuck is going... I am so confused. I don't even know how it exists. I don't know how it was allowed to be made. And I said this the other day. So someone's... Apparently, the director is a black female director. And she said, oh, this movie's based on her own childhood experiences. Okay, well, guess what? Maybe some things are meant to be kept to yourself. Maybe we don't need to hear about when you were 11 years old how you were sexually exploited. Maybe that's a story for, not for the major public, okay? Maybe we acknowledge that's fucked up behavior and we don't need to know the details of it and see it in a movie. Keep that shit to yourself, okay? This is fucking weird. I don't know what's going on this planet anymore. I just don't get it, man. Anyway, let's continue. Retro Jim Cheers says that rule sucks. What about great games like Lost Odyssey? So he's talking about the rule that I said that basically no lengthy JRPGs can be a viewer's choice game anymore. All right. Here's the thing. I'm not completely outlawing RPGs in general. What I'm saying is, for now, we've got a lengthy RPG we need to finish in Fire Emblem. We've got another RPG coming up in November with Yakuza. And then we've got another lengthy RPG in Divinity Original Sin that I've got to play after that. We are RPG out. Like, you know what I mean? There's no way in the near future I can play any more RPGs. So, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, all RPGs are permanently banned. Ugh, hell no. I like RPG. Man, I'm stretching. Sorry. I like RPGs. I really enjoy RPGs. I grew up playing RPGs. But there's no way that I can play constant RPGs. It's not going to happen. I'm a variety streamer. Like I said, I can't be playing a game that's 70 hours long and takes 4 to 5 months to beat constantly. And I can't be doing RPG content constantly. All right? So we got to space these out and pace them. Right? So that's what I mean about, we have to basically do it in a smart way. So definitely when we do another viewer's choice, there's no way I can allow an RPG to be eligible, okay? Only Ice Coffee, get the subscription to Young Remy. Sorry, I punched the microphone by accident. Congratulations, Young Remy, and thank you, Only Ice Coffee, for the channel support. Even more gifted subs today. It's crazy. Thank you, dude. Nose Vacuum, cheers. I like your Fire Emblem playthrough. It's obvious you don't want to play it anymore. Maybe drop it. No, that's not the case. It's not that I don't want to play it anymore. It's that we're now heading into the fall gaming season. There's new content. There's new stuff. It's tough to care about a lingering playthrough from 5 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I've been actively playing this game 1 to 2 times a week, maybe I would still be engrossed in the story. At this point, I just, don't care. I'm so disjointed from it. I'm so separated from the game because I play it so rarely that I don't really care that much about it anymore. Now, I've already played over 50 hours into it. No, I'm not going to drop the playthrough. Plus, it's a viewer's choice playthrough, so I'm committed to finishing it for you guys. But at the same time, I understand why it's such a concern of, having this be such a long playthrough. So no, I'm definitely not dropping it. Retro Jim cheered. He says, what's this Among Us game? I keep seeing people talk about it. For one to understand, this Among Us game is you make a lobby of players. And it's an indie game, so it's indie 2D art, and you look like these little characters. It's kind of like the movie The Thing. Anyone ever saw the movie The Thing? If not, I recommend you see it, and not the remake. The one from the 1980s is the best one, okay? So the movie The Thing, an alien creature crash landed on Earth, okay? This creature is a shapeshifter, and this creature can make itself look like anything. Now, what it does is it hides out mimicking something, and then all of a sudden will mutate into this hideous creature with fangs and claws and eats you. It absorbs you into itself. okay, then it disguises itself as another creature, okay? So, that's apparently the premise of this game. That one person is actually a duplicate creature that's out to kill everybody else. And it's your job in the game to figure out who that is and survive. At the same time, I guess there's mini puzzles and stuff. I guess there's like, you have to hotwire stuff or something like that. So I don't 100% understand all of it because I haven't played it yet. But the premise seems interesting. But it's definitely an indie style game. It's not a game that's like a modern game, AAA graphics or anything like that. You know, low budget. Apparently people are liking it. Okay. Apparently people are liking it because it's something different and refreshing. Much like Fall Guys. It's kind of like another viral hit. But I don't have a lobby of people to call upon to play this with me consistently. And quite frankly, I'm in the midst of so many other playthroughs with more new games right around the corner coming out. I'm not very interested in it. So it's virally popular for this week. Who knows if anyone will even talk about it next week. Okay. Only Iced Coffee gets this up to 450-pound man. Congratulations to the 450-pound man. I certainly hope you really aren't 450 pounds. And thank you to Only Iced Coffee again for the channel support. I appreciate that. Spartan King did a 200-bit cheer. That is the biggest cheer of the day so far. So let's get Spartan King up on the leaderboard here. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Spartan King says the following. How about a Panera? DSP tries it. They have a number of new sandwiches. You've never done a Panera. That's a possibility. There is a Panera Bread down near the mall area. And I guess during the Halloween marathon, I could order like DoorDash and have them deliver a new sandwich. I could do that. That is a possibility. Now, I don't know what new sandwiches they have. I haven't been to Panera Bread in quite some time. But I guess I could look into it. Yeah, all right, so that's a suggestion. Let's keep thinking, guys. Anything between now and Halloween for DSP tries it. Let's think of some good stuff, okay? Okay. Only Iced Coffee gifted a subscription to Caught a Fate. Congratulations to Caught a Fate. Thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed the gifted sub. And thank you, Only Iced Coffee, for the channel support. So, Sugar River Crew, I already read your cheer. This was the cheer about the headset solution. There's an adapter or whatever. We already talked about that. Thank you for the cheer. Only Iced Coffee gifted a sub to Wrathful Knight. Congratulations, Wrathful Knight. And again, thank you, Only Iced Coffee, for the channel support. Always Hot Tea did a 50-bit cheer and says, how's the air today? A little better here in California, but still smoky. It's bad. It's. In fact, you know what? Let me look out the window. Hold on. Let me take a look. That's the light's lighter out here. Fuck, I tripped on my fucking webcam. Fuck! Shit! I don't know if the webcam's pointed in the right area now because I just tripped on it. So it could be completely fucked up. I'm going to have to fix it. God damn it. Alright, anyway, let me look out the window. Well. Yeah, I would say it's definitely better than yesterday. Yesterday was the absolute worst. Like, yesterday, it looked like terrible out there. Okay? It was really, really bad. Like, super smoke everywhere. But there's more light. I definitely could say it looks brighter outside than it did yesterday. But you can still see the smoky haze in the air, so it's still not good. And I read this morning, on the weather, they were like, no, it's still unhealthy. Don't go outside if you can avoid it. Keep your doors, your windows closed. Keep filtration systems like air conditioners in place to filter the air because it's still pretty nasty outside. Okay? What we're being told is that tomorrow, all right, we're supposed to get a weather system, whether it's wind or rain, I'm not sure, but it's supposed to clear up the smoke. So tomorrow we might actually see the first break of 3 fucking straight days of smoke. Ugh. Bad. Okay. Only Iced Coffee did a 125-bit cheer. He says, I saw you and Kat at a Halloween stream in 2018. I'm wondering if she would come to your stream for this year. No. She does not want to have anything to do with my streams. I'm not going to go into massive detail, but in a nutshell, obviously Only Iced Coffee, you weren't around back then. Basically, my trolls came to the stream and were insanely nasty to my wife. She wasn't my wife at the time, but they were insanely nasty to Kat. Not only were they completely insulting her appearance, for no fucking reason. Then they started bringing up shit that had nothing to do with her or my stream. Stuff about her past. Just really fucked up, nasty troll stuff. And even though the mods did their best to control the stream, she was on the stream for about an hour to an hour and a half, and so much nasty stuff was said that she just literally said, I never want to be a part of a stream ever again. You know, she has enough stuff going on in her life, enough real life stresses. The last thing she needs is to come to a stream and now have a bunch of snot-nosed, punk-ass, anonymous bitches. Because that's all it is, bitches. These people who hide behind the anonymity of the fucking internet. They wouldn't say a word to someone in person because they're all little lip-dick bitches. But, oh, here's a woman on a stream? Let me just attack her for 90 minutes straight because I'm a real man. No, you're a little bitch. And you'll always be a little fucking bitch if you do that kind of behavior on the internet. Okay? Fucking nobody. No life loser. They think that it makes them feel big and have power to insult someone over the internet, all right? Just because they're an easy target for sitting on a stream. You know, my wife that year was very excited. That was the first year that she lived with me. And she wanted to be a part of the Halloween special. She bought a Halloween costume, dressed up for the event to be a part of it, and was so turned off by the insults that were coming in constantly on the stream. She said, fuck this, and never, she said, that's it, I'm not going to do it ever again. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her one bit. She has enough stress in her life. She doesn't need to have more because of a bunch of scumbags on the internet. You know? It's not her job to be here on the stream. It's my job to be here on the stream. So I've got to have thick skin. I got to put up with the most amount of bullshit possible thrown against me in order to make a living. She doesn't have to do that. She's got a life outside of this. She doesn't have to put up with the extra nonsense from a bunch of immature little shits. So it was so toxic. Those couple of hours she was on stream, she literally told me, I don't ever want to be on your streams again. I'm not putting up with that. And I said, all right, fair enough. That's your decision. Now, if she ever changes her mind, fine. But every once in a while, we have a discussion. I bring it up, and she says, no, nothing's changed. She's like, look, your trolls aren't gone. The people still make up shit about you on a daily basis. They still talk about me. There's no reason for me to ever come back. So the only people who can be blamed for this are the trolls. 100% it's their fault for being so fucking nasty to someone who had never done a negative thing to them ever and never said a negative word on the internet. You know, this isn't someone who, you know, my wife is not someone who has a following on the internet and she's toxic and she's nasty and you have a right to hate her. It's not. It's the complete opposite. So congratulations to all the restreamers, all the trolls, all the idiots who thought it would be funny to do that. You ruined it. It's your fault. You have no one to blame but yourself. Look in the fucking mirror. What a miserable loser you are. All right? And realize it's your fault that you could have had years of fun content. Kat could have come and done co-op gameplay with me. We could have done co-op streams talking about fun stuff. We could have had this been a regular thing. It's your fault because you're so dumb, fuck, immature, and stupid that you ruined it. The one major time she planned to be a part of my content, you ruined it, and now it's gone forever because you're so fucking stupid. Congratulations, morons. So there you go, Only Iced Coffee. That's the explanation. She's never gonna, I strongly doubt she'll ever come back to the stream. Maybe one day she'll have a change of attitude about it, but, you know, in her opinion, it ain't worth it. Every once in a while she'll watch my streams and she sees the toxicity and the stupid shit that people say in the stream chat still, and she's like, nah, nothing's changed, I'm not coming back. So. Alright, Spartan King cheered. He said Netflix has dropped nearly $9 billion in market share this week. Oh, only $9 billion, that's all. The crazy thing about that is, they've dropped $9 billion in market share, yet they're probably still fine. That's how fucking rich those motherfuckers are, you know? Just because they were the first major streaming service for movies and TV. They you know, then everyone else followed suit afterwards, but man, do they hold the crazy amount of market share, right? That's just wild. So. Okay. Fruits07 cheered, said Astro Gaming has made an adapter. It's made for the Astro Gaming audio headsets. I don't know much about it, though. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't know what the adapter is. And like I said, unless the adapter does HDMI audio out, which I doubt it does, it's not going to work with my setup. My setup is HDMI. It doesn't have headphone jacks and shit as inputs. So even if there's an adapter for the Astro A40s that does audio out or whatever, it ain't gonna work. Okay. Ninstar Rune Cheer said, with Corona impacting Halloween, it's a buyer's market for bulk candy. Invest today. For what I don't understand, many places are canceling trick-or-treating altogether this year because of the coronavirus concerns. They're saying this would be potential for disaster. One day when all the kids go out and intermingle and are having interactions with strangers who potentially are sick, and they're handing them infected candy, right? So a lot of places are completely and utterly canceling trick-or-treating this year. Okay? And that's sad. I mean, I would say the same thing's going to happen with Christmas, right? I almost believe Christmas also will be like semi-canceled this year. All the holiday festivities are going to be ended, which is terrible. We're just going to end fucking life, I guess, on this planet because of this fucking terrible virus. It's terrible. I don't know, man. Cultural Marxism must go. All right, there's no way I'm putting that on the leaderboard. Tip me $1. Says, morning to you. How's the gaming week going? I couldn't catch it this week due to school. What's up? Are you looking forward to the fall? Will it be boring? Good luck with Fire Emblem tonight. Maybe look stuff up because it's going to get harder. Well, luckily for me, I don't usually need to look stuff up because I have enough people attending the streams to help me if stuff gets harder. Right now, things are good. I'm enjoying the games I'm playing. I like that we're going to be wrapping up Tony Hawk and Avengers. I was honestly afraid. So I'm going to say, Cultural Marxism must go. What a fucking name. With a $1 tip, the first tip of the stream. I'm surprised that I'm about to beat both Tony Hawk and Avengers. Because I'm behind. I was supposed to play these games Friday and Saturday of last week. And I was sick. I had a double ear infection. So I missed 2 days of streaming. And I was like, oh shit, this is going to set me back significantly. I'm going to be like backlogged now. I'm about to beat the games. I'm like, what the hell? What are the chances that both games this week would be short? Right? Anyway, no, I'm having fun with it. I'm looking forward to the new games this week. It's going to be a good week, especially with the PS5 announcement. I think this week's going to be super duper hype. I'm excited for it. So, okay. Thank you for the first tip of the day, by the way. Retro Jim cheered again. He says, why do you think other streamers can have husband and wife teams streaming together, but you have toxic trolls who won't let Cat enjoy a stream and be a part of it? Because you just said it. Because these sickos have created entire communities around just shitting on me. And they think that it's okay to then shit on everything else around me. You can shit on my wife, shit on my cat, my parents, other associations, people who I interact with online. They fucking troll supporters of mine. They harass supporters and shit of mine they don't make my content. Just because someone tips me on a stream, doesn't give you the right to go harass them online. But this is what they do. These people are sick in the head. These are not normal people. These are not people with healthy lives. These are people who probably have nothing positive going on in their real lives. The only positive they have is knowing that they are a part of a group thinking mentality that we can hurt Phil. It's fucked up. It's really fucked up. I've had outsiders who didn't know who I was learn about myself and my life situation and actually check out some of the things that are said and done about me and my family members on the internet. And they, outsiders to the situation, are like, this is beyond fucking crazy what people do to you. It's beyond crazy. This is like, these people must be sitting at home, under the guise of having a real life, and they don't. They're just fucking completely mentally broken down idiots. Just really messed up in the head. They need help. No one in their right mind would do the shit that these people do. Who in their right mind would come to a stream where a streamer has gone out of his way to have his wife come to the stream and she's paid money to have a Halloween outfit and scheduled a day off of work to come be a part of a fun holiday event? Let's go just insult his wife constantly for 2 straight hours. What? Who would do that? No one normal, no one who's healthy, no one who's actually healthy in the brain would act like that. So I can't have the things that other streamers have. Other streamers are able to get sponsorships. Other streamers are able to do sponsored streams where they can either promote a game or promote a product. I can't do that, because if I do that, my trolls go and harass the sponsor on social media to the point where the sponsor cuts off the sponsorship. They don't want it anymore because they realize it's more trouble than it's worth to have a sponsorship with me. Did I do anything directly wrong? No. But I've lost multiple sponsorships because of that. Twitch took me out of the sponsored stream program 2 years ago because of this. what was it? During Assassin's Creed Odyssey. They took me out. They completely blacklisted me from the program. I can't do it anymore because these people harass these fuckers, right? So, all right. Anyway, continuing on, Only Iced Coffee cheered against the damn Phil. I didn't know about what to say about that. Other than that, I'm deeply sorry that you and Kat have to go through that shit. That's so fucking sad to hear that you have trolls who constantly attack you and your family. Even Jasper, who's a cat. Yeah, they constantly say shit like Phil declawed Jasper. No, I didn't. I did not. I would never do that. I'm an animal lover. I would never hurt a cat in that way. I understand that declawing a cat is a fucked up thing to do. That it hurts them both physically and mentally. You know, that's something that's a natural part of their build, their natural physical build. They use that for self-defense. I know that right now, if Jasper ever escaped the house, he could die because he has no way to really defend himself because he has no front claws. I would never declaw a cat. That's fucked up. That's really bad behavior. And humans thinking that they can just fuck with animals, right? It's messed up. We rescued Jasper. We picked him as our rescue cat because he was declawed and other people would not adopt him. We felt bad that how fucked up is it? He did nothing wrong. Someone fucking, took this cat and physically maimed the cat, and now no one will adopt the cat because of it. It's fucked up. So, why? And then to say, oh, well, Phil did that to Jasper. Fuck you. That's really insulting. It's insulting and it's hurtful because I would never do that to an animal. Never. And to say that I would is defamation, slander, whatever you want to call it. It's disgusting. It's insulting, and you can go fuck yourself. But that's what I mean. They do this every day about every little possible thing. 95% of the things that people say about me are complete bullshit. The other 5% are based on a nugget of truth that's completely either, told incorrectly or twisted in a way to make me look bad when it's not even the truth at all. It's either a gross over-exaggeration, you know what I mean, or it's taken out of context. And that's why people dislike me. It's not because they don't like my content. It's not because I'm a horrible person. It's because they've heard stuff that's not true, because there's this groupthink mentality to that hating on Phil is a cool thing, and we have a group of friends online that all hate on Phil, so let's keep doing it. It's like a fucking pastime on the internet, right? It's become this thing, this meme to hate on Phil. It's fucked up. New Star Rune cheers, and why is it socially acceptable to spay or neuter an animal against its will, but declawing a cat or docking a dog's tail isn't? I would say because spaying or neutering actually is beneficial to the animal. All right, when you spay or neuter an animal, it's actually proven that chances of disease can actually go down. In addition, rampant, reproduction of animals is bad overall for the animal population. It's very unhealthy. All right, it needs to be controlled for domesticated animals. There is absolutely zero benefit to a cat by declawing it. It's not helping the cat. It's not a health benefit. It actually hurts the cat. You see? That's the difference. Okay. Alright, guys. Let's give some shout-outs. Since today is Sunday, thank you to the top cheerers of the week. Those who've cheered this week, here's the top 10. In 10th place, Nose Vacuum. In 9th place, Ninstar Room. 8th place, Timbo Slice GB. 7th place, Misco Briscoe. 6th place, Only Iced Coffee. 5th place, Always Hot Tea. 4th place, Spartan King. 3rd place, Mr. Minecraftish. 2nd place, Hygienic Streamer Tips. And in 1st place, Psycho OC. Thank you very much, guys, for all your cheering support this week. Also, thank you to those who have gifted subscriptions this week. All right, we've got Bad Guy 42399, R Breezy and Jad F, who have all gifted a single subscription to the channel. We've got Marita Lucina and Chipe, as well as Ultima Cloud 7, who each gifted 2 subscriptions to the channel. Timbo Slice gifted 3 subscriptions to the channel. Lunabug gifted 4 subs to the channel. Golden Nobles gifted 13 subscriptions to the channel. And ladies and gentlemen, Only Iced Coffee, with a very reasonable, meager, humble 132 gifted subs. Yes, he actually gifted 132 subs to the channel this week. One of the major reasons why we hit the sub goals this week. Pretty insane. Okay? So thank you. Obviously, thank you Only Iced Coffee, but thank you everyone else who contributed this week. Is much appreciated. Okay? I'm going to go on a break. I got to use the bathroom. So let's take a brief break. I'll play you guys some music. When we come back, it's the conclusion of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 here on the stream. We'll see, you know, I think I got 1 or 2 more challenges left at Venice Beach, and then we move on to the next stage and see what the game has in store for me. Maybe I'll beat it, maybe I won't. If I don't beat it, that's fine. We have another stream Wednesday night that's kind of set aside if I need extra time to see if I can wrap it up then. All right, but thank you guys, and I'll see you in a few minutes, okay? Thanks, and I'll be right back.